Shalom, friends. Today we're going to make Israeli salad, which is one of my favorite things to make and one of my favorite things to eat. So we're going to start the way we always do. I just washed my hands really well, and you need to make sure that you are going and washing your hands. And then I'm going to put on my apron. And if you want to put your apron on, you can. And then let me show you the ingredients and the tools that I have on my table. And you might use some of these ingredients and tools, or you may not. You may do something different, and that's totally fine. That's an important part of making Israeli salad, is that there's all kinds of ways that you can do it. So, but look, I'll tell you what I'm going to be using. So, we've got some tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes. You can use any kind of tomato. I've got some Persian cucumbers, but if you don't have them at home, you can use something different. If you even have watermelon, you could use that. I've got lemons, a red onion, lots of beautiful parsley, but you can use curly parsley instead of this kind, and some olive oil and some salt. Now, those are the ingredients that I'm going to start with using, but it just so happens at my house that I also have other things, and I have some fresh mint. Now, this could be good in your Israeli salad if you wanted to do that. I'm going to put it over here. I also have a red pepper. I also have an avocado and a beet. These are things that you could throw in if you're interested. Okay, so we're making Israeli salad, and I'm going to get you started. We're not going to finish the Israeli salad right here. That's something you're going to do in your home. But what we're going to do here is think about and do the 4 steps that are really important for making an Israeli salad. I'll tell you what they are, okay? So it's washing your vegetables. That's 1. 2, it's chopping some of the vegetables. 3, it's tearing some of the vegetables. And 4, it's squeezing lemons. Okay, the first step then is rinsing your vegetables. Now, all of these steps can take a long time, kind of just let things go as they go. So, with rinsing your vegetables, you can do this inside or outside. It depends on how adventurous you're all feeling. If you want, you can stand at the sink and run your cucumbers under running water and rinse them that way. Or you can go outside and maybe turn on the hose and rinse your vegetables. Or you can get a bowl or a tub of water, inside or outside. And I'm going to get my cherry tomatoes and gently plunk them in. And as you can imagine, this could be fun to do for quite a while. And you can just kind of gently rinse them. Then I'm going to take them out, and I'm actually going to put them back in this bowl. Now, one thing that I think is very fun to rinse is parsley, because after you rinse it, and this could be a good thing to do outside, you get to give yourself a parsley shower. And it feels really good. You would have to shake it more, but I won't do that. But you can see how much fun it is, okay? So, rinsing, as you might imagine, you could probably do that for a long time. Terrific thing to do. Okay, that's the first step. The second step is chopping. And at your house, you might have a few different things that people can chop with. one of the things that we love chopping with at Ben's, but I don't have it here, is those special little choppers that you hold like this. A number of you have used them at Ben's, and you've got some at home. But I don't have one of those here. So I'm going to show you. I have a regular, just kind of kitchen, just a regular knife for eating. I have a cute little knife that Jody let me borrow, and a chopping knife. So when you're chopping, I just found out that you can use one of these knives and it chops really well. So you and your grown-up can decide what you're all comfortable with using. One thing I want to make sure the grown-ups know is that the children at Ben's are amazing choppers, and if you haven't had a chance to see your child chop, this is a great time. So do a lot of chopping. Now, one thing that I like to do is doing something called dicing, where you're chopping your cucumbers into kind of like squares or rectangles. That's something I like to do, and it kind of looks, you can see it like that. But there's a lot of room for flexibility there. You're also going to chop your tomatoes, and you can chop them in any way that you like. That's another thing. If you decide you're putting red onion in, that's probably something that a grown-up will chop, and you'll probably want to do mincing it, little tiny pieces. So that's the chopping part of Israeli salad. Now, another good part is the tearing part, and you could do that with your parsley. So you can take your parsley and you can tear the leaves, and then you can tear them into little bitty pieces even. You can decide how tiny you want these to be, and that's a fun thing to do. You can do a lot of parsley. You could also, if you have mint is fun to tear, and you can munch on it and munch on anything as you're working. Now, one thing, if you notice, I'm not telling you, oh, use 4 cucumbers, nothing like that. This is not baking. You can use any amount of anything. So just kind of relax. So that's the tearing. Now, the 4th step is squeezing. And I'm going to use a sharp knife to cut this lemon in half. And I've got a very basic squeezer. You may not, if you don't have any squeezer, it's fine. Just use your hands. And you can cut this in smaller pieces. So, and you might have a much fancier squeezer at your house. That's really fun to do, to get to turn this around and squeeze and see the seeds come out. Kind of rotate it. So that's what that looks like. Now, one more thought, just in case you're interested. This is not part of the 4 steps, but if you decide, hey, I would like to try some beet in my Israeli salad, then you might want to peel it. And peeling it is a really great thing to do too. Just being very careful. So you may be doing some peeling. Another possibility. So once you have rinsed your vegetables, you've chopped the things that you want to chop in the amount that you want to chop, you've torn what you wanted to tear, you're going to put it all in a big bowl, you're going to squeeze some lemon juice, drizzle some olive oil, and sprinkle some salt on, and you've got a basic Israeli salad. You can add all kinds of other things like nuts and seeds or beans or, other kinds of vegetables, but there you have it. So I hope you have a lot of fun just going off and making your own family's version of this salad. And let me know how it turns out.